After fishing with store-bought fishing lures for my whole life, I decided to try and make my own fishing bait. With no experience but what I've seen on YouTube, I started to make a fishing lure and maybe start a new hobby. I've seen Marling Baits make amazing lures on his YouTube channel, and I decided to give it a shot. My dad and I went to Lowe's and bought wood for a new workbench, and this is how making my first bait went. I'm just gonna start chiseling this down and using just a knife to round off a rough profile of the bait, I guess. So yeah, let's try. So now I've got this rough shape, about the thickness I want it to be at its widest point. There's the profile on the side. And yeah, I'm just gonna start carving this, then I'm gonna sand it, and then we'll see what happens after. So now I have the rough shape of the top, carve that down to the curve of the back that I kind of wanted. Now I'm gonna take some big chunks of these corners off. I might have the rough profile done by tonight, and I can work on it tomorrow. Alright, so now I've got the whole rough shape out. Looks pretty rough right now, but hopefully I can turn it around. So there's the rough shape. I'll probably make it a little bit thinner, because this is still pretty thick, but yeah, you can see that's what the bait from the top will look like. So I don't know if I said this yet, but this is my first time making a bait actually. I have another one that I'm trying to make. This is my real first one, I guess. So that's how it looks. It's pretty fat, but it's gonna be a slim bait. I got the rough profile out. Now I'm gonna sand it, and maybe I'll paint it, some other stuff. We'll just see, but I'm gonna sand it tomorrow, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so now I've got the rough shape out all the way. Now I'm gonna sand it down, make it smooth, and then I can finish everything else. So It's all smooth now. It's pretty dark in here, so you can barely see, but it's pretty even. Now I can start painting. I went from an 80 grit sandpaper to all the way up to 600, which wasn't probably necessary, but I did it. So a little bit has happened since I was last working on this bait. First of all, I installed a little vise right here so I can hold my stuff. I got a really nice carving knife, the Linux Gold, so that I can hopefully carve some stuff maybe easier or better looking. Then we got some wire right here to make twist wire, like harnesses like this, so that I can start making like swim baits or jointed baits. And I can also make through wire harnesses with this. And I also got this nice dovetail saw for cutting lip slots and baits, so I can cut a lip slot in here, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. Then we'll probably seal it, paint it, and finish it off. So I got these to put in the bottom to add some weight. I also got some eyes, some red eyes, and some pearl eyes. So those should look pretty good. And I got some other eyes, but I won't use those on this bait. And I got some treble hooks, size 4, and some split rings. So yeah, we're gonna cut this lip slot right here, and then hopefully I don't destroy everything. Here's the lip that I have. I have a couple of these, and I'm pretty sure the material is circuit board, so it's very strong. So I'm gonna have to sand that a little bit, but it's gonna fit in there after I finish cutting this. I'm not sure what angle. I'm just kinda doing it by my judgment, I guess. Hopefully it has a good wobble, but we'll see. Not sure if you guys can see that, but the vise kind of marked it up and dented it. So I might have to sand that down. So there's the lip slot. It fits in there very snug, so that's pretty good. It's gonna be probably very shallow running, but that's okay. So I think I've got it the straightest it's gonna get. So I'm gonna try to glue it right now before I mess it up. I'm just gonna use super glue. If you guys didn't know, this is like one of the most important things in bait making. It seems just like a weird household thing, but it's definitely very important. I'm gonna try not to get that much on the lip, but if I do, that's alright. There it is. Pretty straight. I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna coat it all in super glue. I could use my polyurethane, but it might take too long, and I'm not sure what that might do to the paint, so I know super glue will probably be fine. Super glue dries fast. I can try to finish a lot of it today. So while this is drying, and it should dry pretty fast, I want to tell you what I'm gonna do probably. I have just some spray paints. I have green, black, white, silver. Yeah, I have a bunch of pretty much basic colors, except for this one's pretty weird, but I'm gonna try maybe a rainbow trout. I'm gonna do a white base coat, then some pink coming down from the top, then some green coming down from the top, and then the black on the back. So we'll just see how it turns out. It might be weird, might mess it all up, but at least I'll learn something. So this isn't completely dry yet, but there's a trick I know from watching marling baits. It's kind of like a secret, I guess, maybe. But if you put together baking soda and super glue, it makes pretty much something as hard as the wood, or maybe even harder. It's like you can file that stuff and you can barely file it. So once you drill out stuff, maybe for like the weighted hook hangers, then I'll put that on top, and that'll seal it and also make it flush with the wood again. I'll also put some around the lip where it doesn't cover on the sides right here. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Super glue and baking soda. So it's still not completely dry yet, but that's fine because the super glue is going to pretty much soak into all the baking soda pretty fast. I don't know what to use, but random object usually works good. I have this Allen key, so that filled that in pretty much, and now it's almost flush with that. Might have to add a little more, but I think it's alright. Then I'll sand that down and we'll see. Gotta do the other side. See, that's what it looked like. There's a big like cut in it. Then boom. So let's do that again on the other side. So now that's pretty dry, I guess. I'm gonna sand it down, try to sand down these grooves that happen to the edges from the vise right there. And then we'll start sealing it and painting it. So I'm about to seal this now, and actually I'm not sure if I should put the hook hangers in before or after, but I might just seal it and then do it after. Maybe I should do it now. Yeah, let's do it now. I tried to center out a hole so that I can drill the screw eye in, and these are what I'm using, just some little screw eyes. I didn't know they were this small, but when I got it on the website they came this small, so I think they'll still be strong enough. Hopefully it doesn't break, but yeah, I'm gonna try to screw that in there. So there's the hole. It might be a little off center, but I think I drilled it a little bit too far for this tiny screw eye to go in. So, because it just moves around. So I might have to tie my own out of this wire and hope it's fine, because I haven't used this wire. This is my first bait. And I'm gonna hope that this is waterproof. I gotta tie one but on the back I'll have one of these, and on the bottom I will have one of the weighted ones. So let me do that real quick. Here it is. That one went pretty good. Now for the bottom one, somewhere down here I'm gonna have to figure out where I want that and then drill a hole that's the right size. So I finally think that I got it good. It's just a tiny bit below, which is perfect for the super glue and baking soda. And it looks pretty straight. Maybe a tiny bit off, but I'm hoping it's good enough. Especially for my first one, it'll be okay, but now I'm gonna glue that in. Definitely add some weight and super glue and baking soda on top of it. So while that is drying, I'm gonna try to make the first hook hanger with this wire. Okay, it's down in there. Now this is how I'm gonna do it. Just gonna get some wire, then cut it. So here we have this wire. Now I'm gonna try to find the middle and bend it there. So that's about good. Then I'm gonna get my drill, take that out, and we're gonna put the end of the wires in there and twist it around the Allen key there. I'm just gonna slowly twist that. It's gonna twist around and hopefully make a good eyelet. So let's do that. Pretty straight, pretty good. The top of it is a little weird, so I might bend that around, but yeah, looks pretty good. I'm gonna cut that to how long it has to be and then glue it in the bait like the screw eyes. So There it is. It's getting pretty dark outside, but I'm gonna keep going a little. Well, the pilot hole that I already drilled into there is a little bit too small for the actual this wire, twist wire, so I might have to get a new bit. But before that, I'm gonna sand down the excess around this bottom hook hanger. I'm gonna use a file and maybe some sandpaper. So that's it right there. Except for that, which I'm probably going to do that tomorrow since it's getting so late, but there it is except for the front. And we'll seal that, paint it, yeah. See you guys tomorrow. So what I've decided to do after a couple days of thinking is to just fill that up with something so it's solid again, and then put one of the regular screw eyes in it like this. Because if I keep going with this one that I made, like I said, it won't fit in there, and I don't want to mess up the hole since it's pretty straight already. So I'm probably going to just fill this up with super glue and baking soda a little bit, and then put a regular screw eye in it. I might have to drill it out a tiny bit more. I'm going to put a little bit of super glue onto the screw eye before I screw it in. And that should be good. So now I got everything in there. It's hardened and I'm pretty sure it's straight. So now what I'm gonna do, I've sanded all the rough spots down, and I'm gonna give it a super glue bath, and that should seal the wood and keep it good for a long while. It's not the most durable to seal the wood with, but it'll work. So I'm gonna do that, and then we can get to the painting. So there it is. Just gonna leave it to hang there and dry. And yeah, it wasn't very clean. I got it all over my fingers, but I'm hoping that the finish will be pretty flat, and it looks alright. Just from here, doesn't look like too much weird like bubbles or anything. So now I'm just gonna wait for it to dry. I got a little on the lip, which I'm gonna have to maybe sand off or something, but other than that, it looks pretty good. So, there it is. Pretty smooth now. And, sorry for the lawnmowers in the background, but I think you guys can still hear me fine. It's all smooth now. Now we can get to the painting. So I taped the lip up. I tried to get it as close as I could up there and on the bottom down there, so that the paint wouldn't get that much on the lip. It should work pretty well. So now I can do everything on here and then maybe clean up the hook hangers and stuff after I paint it. I got my bait right here, and I can just take it out, and then I'm gonna start painting, and I guess we'll see what happens. I'm trying to do like a rainbow trout like I said, but I guess we'll just see what happens. Yeah, hope it turns out pretty cool though. The first color I'm gonna use is just a white. There we go. I think I got everywhere. Now I'm gonna let this dry and continue. Okay, so there it is dried. It feels smooth, but it doesn't look very smooth. It still has some bumps and stuff, but I'm hoping that will go pretty much away with the clear coat. So, next thing, I'm gonna do pink to about the middle, then green on the back, and then black on the very back. Let me try that, I guess, and then I'm gonna do some dots. This color green. So let's do that on the back. Okay, so after painting it, trying to figure out something good, I finally got it to look pretty nice. There's black on the back, then green, then I got some green like flecks, I guess, and I didn't mean to do that, but it looks pretty cool. And then pink, and then white down on the bottom, which the pink is so light it kind of looks like the white, but this side is not as good. I might do a little more on that side. Overall, I'm not done yet, but it should look pretty cool in the end. Okay guys, so it's the next day, and here's the bait. So, I'm going to try to maybe add some scales on there. Hopefully I don't mess it up, and some dots on it like a trout, and then I can put the eye and clear coat it. So let's do that. I just clipped some mesh onto there to do the scales, and hopefully it turns out alright. I'm gonna try to do it very light so it barely covers anything, and I'm gonna use a silver, this one. there it is. Not sure if you guys can see that very well, but there's some light scales on it, and they look really good. Let me see if I can show you. Oh yeah, you guys can see those. Mostly up there, but some on the pink. So that turned out really well, actually. Now I can add some dots on it and finish this up. So I had this thing that I made like a stencil with just some holes in it, but I'm probably gonna go make a new one because this doesn't work very well. So here's what I made. I have just two kind of things. Not sure which one I'll use. I guess I'll just see. Probably the bigger pattern, and just light black dots on it, I guess. Okay. So there's some of the dots. Looks pretty cool. And once I get the eye on this, hopefully it looks even better. So now I went and made a Gill Plate kind of stencil so that I can put it like right there and then just spray it very lightly, and hopefully there'll be like a gill, I guess. But I'll see if it works. I'm hoping I don't do too much and just mess it up, but we'll see. Okay, there it is. It looks okay, not the best, but I think it might help a little bit with detail. I'm gonna add the eye and the clear coat and stuff, and we can finish. So there are the eyes. They're like holographic silver with a black pupil. Pretty simple, but I think it'll be okay on this bait. So let's put it on there, and I'll try to get them even. I'm going to use just a tiny bit of super glue just to make sure it stays on. There it is. Looks pretty cool. I wish the eye was a bit bigger, but I didn't know they were this small from the website. So, yeah. That really completes it, though. Should look really cool. Let's take this tape off and see if it kept the paint from getting down in it. Yep. Worked perfectly. There's a little bit of overflow on the bottom. It's not very clean, but it looks fine. So let's put that other eye on and we can finish. Okay, that's as even as I'm gonna get it, I think. Looks pretty good. So here we go. Kinda looks like a rainbow trout. Kinda just cool, but that's alright. Still looks really cool. I'm happy with how it turned out. I got a little bit of glue on that eyeball, so kinda did something weird, but it still looks okay. Now let's clear coat this. So I have this polyurethane, and that's what I'm going to use to clear coat it. I don't have a real clear coat, but a couple coats of this should do fine. So I got a new brush, and we're going to put some of this on it. So let me open this. That should be enough. So let's clear coat this. I'm gonna put a little bit of this silver flake in it. Now I can just start painting this on. Trying not to get it on the lip very much. Now I've got this drip wire hanger. I'm gonna put that in the bottom so that hook hanger stays open, and I'm gonna leave it there for a while. It says 3 to 4 hours, so I'll see you in 4 hours, I guess, for the second coat. Okay. It's time for the second coat. So let's put that on there. So my dad doesn't know this right now, but I'm giving him the bait I just made for his birthday, and he's about to open it. I already wrapped it, so we're gonna go out there and watch him open it.
Early birthday gift from Miles. Ooh. Jumping around in there. I mean, I got any scissors or something. Ooh, sounds cool. I think I have a pretty good idea what it is. Oh, wow. Wow. Man, that looks really good. Ooh, gotta wash those hooks. Yeah. Look at that.
So this is the finished product right here, after I sealed it and everything. Pretty awesome. I'm very glad with how it turned out, and keep watching because I'll probably make some more in the future. Probably soon. I'm already working on a couple more. So if you guys have any ideas for new color schemes or something, just let me know. My dad's very happy, and this is a great birthday present that you guys could probably make. Thank you guys for watching, and I guess you'll see me when the next bait is finished.